Now, when we're doing momentum stocks and understanding all of this, okay, there's always a carrot that people drive onto. Nobody knows what this carrot is. Okay? When they're breaking out, everybody's thinking third telco, third telco. What's the third telco? Maybe 300 billion market cap. Okay? Now, people are saying, oh, they're going to invest 150 billion pesos or $5 billion, $3 billion into the country. How many here wants to make a bet? That I bet in the next 5 years, even if that person comes in, I bet Now Corporation will not make a single penny for all the infrastructure for the next 5 years. Okay? And I'm sure this company, whether this Chinese comes in or not, the next 5 years, this company will not make a single cent. Okay? And I tell people this, it's because why do you want to be buying these guys cheap? Okay? You'd rather be paying that premium, whether it's 10, 15, or 20%, and finding a way to catch on so that you can buy it higher. Make sense? Clear? Okay. So, obviously this company, nothing inside, 2,000 times PE. Okay? But the fact that nobody knows what it is, or people are just speculating, it's also the reason why this stock can go up 2 or 3 times in a short amount of time. Okay? The purpose of momentum trading is finding ways or areas for us to participate. But remember, at the end of the day, when things are turning around, when things are collapsing, please, you have to know when to get out in terms of momentum. Okay? We don't convince ourselves when the price drops from 20 to 7 pesos, we're still convincing ourselves, hindi, telco yan. Malapit na yung announcement, July na daw. Okay? We don't wait for PXP when the price is telling us that it's breaking down. We don't wait for the announcement that China will become best friends with Philippines, whether it's true or not. Okay? And it's these things that I share to people. You have to have that understanding. When price is breaking down, okay, you have to know when to step aside. Okay? So, this is what I shared to you guys a while ago. And it's the reason why we can have double or triples. Okay? And it's actually what we call the power of stories. What I shared to you guys a while ago was that if you had numbers or you had a narrative, the narrative is always stronger. Okay? People don't care about whether Uber makes money. Uber is a $70 billion company, loses $3.8 billion a year. So why is it valued at $70 billion? Because it's revolutionary, because it changes people's lifestyle. Why is Tesla worth $50 billion? The guy's never made a money last 10 years. All the numbers show he's never made a single cent. Yet still worth value at those corporations. Okay? And I share it to people, it's because there's always a story behind it, because it's sexy story. People like sexy story. People don't like boring companies. And that's the reason why, if you notice about this slide here, okay, when they hear statistics, if I did a statistics talk, you only remember 5 to 10%. If it's with a picture, it jumps to 25%. But the irony of everything is that if I share a story, that retention rate jumps all the way up to 70%. Okay? So I'm sharing these to you guys. It's because stories are always nicer than numbers. Because stories, nobody knows what's there yet until you see it. Okay? And that's the better part about understanding how stories can create so much in stock price in a short amount of time. Okay? So, mga favorite ninyo. Okay? Golden Haven. Golden Haven goes from 20 pesos to as high as 320, becoming larger than most big caps today. It's a market cap of what? 320 billion pesos. 320 billion pesos for an IPO that started off as a cemetery. This has got to be the largest cemetery I've ever seen in my life. Okay? PXP. Right now, it's at 13 bucks. Sorry, it went down. It's around 12 bucks today. Okay? And what are people speculating about? That 1 trillion reserves will be unlocked. We don't know when, but hopefully when they have better relations, we can get that. Okay? Just to share with you guys a story 6 years ago. If you guys don't know, Felix has also another mine. It's called Silangan Mine. And 6 years ago, that Silangan mine in 2012 had that already feasibility study, and that it was already designed to be developed and built, and that actual production would come out in 2018, 6 years later in 2012. And that's why the price of Felix skyrocketed, because of that story. Till today, they don't even have a license to build and operate. Okay? Now I'm sharing these things to you. It's because Felix Mine, Felix Petroleum, they're saying 2022, ubos na yung Malampaya. Wala na tayong electricity. Kaya kailangan by 2022, we have to sign this contract or else we'll not have any more electricity for this entire country. Okay? I'm telling you, by the time 2022 kicks in, I don't even know if we'll have this company still developing and operating. Okay? Now I share these stories to you because the numbers are expected lang, expected, di sure, to come out 6 years later. Not now, 6 years later. Okay? And that's why we have to understand how things work, because people always price in the story way earlier than the actual numbers start to come out. And that's the reason why PXP is, well, it's going down now, but it went up prior to that. Okay?